Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for waiting. We're going to move to social challenges. So this is a project I was doing from the university, but in the last year, I made a sabbatical in the Mexican Office for Water called CONAGUA to make a project for potable reuse. Yes? And we have to see this project, a potable reuse, as a sustainability project. It's not just a water factory, but it has to be looked at that. And what's the most important thing about sustainability is not to exploit nature faster than it can be returned. Let me see where the light. Okay, yes. No. So in order to distribute the resources within our mates today and for the following generations, we have to get to this. And then how to do it? Well, we have to be based on circular economy, which its main objective is to keep reusing most of the materials that have been extracted already, that are already circulating. We have to rely on that, only to extract what is needed for the growing population, but not for more. If we want, we have to rely on that. So, so for water, what's a circular economy? What we all know. We have to give the treatment train to keep recycling it and only add some compensation water. These cycles can be done at the smallest cycle, let's say in a building, in the households, many households, or in a factory, but in a city, in a country. But we have to work on that and only add water that it needs compensation. So what will be the principles for circular economy in water? Well, use what is now called the natural-based solutions in decentralized treatment, segregation at the source of the effluents, and most important, the people's participation. We have been used that our environmental problems, our lack of water and all that, the government is going to take care of that. But we have, and this is not going to be no more. So, what is the natural-based solutions? Well, there are the process inspiring nature to face all these challenges, principally the climate change. Climate change by creating microenvironments which will return, or which, yes, return the climate we still have or we are losing, and make lots of microenvironments, nice microenvironments. And for me, which are these nature-based solutions? Well, it's anaerobic digestion, it's trickling filter aeration, which is passive aeration, constructed wetlands, disinfection by solar UV, and segregation at the source. That's where. So decentralization means For example, this is the polygon of Mexico City, that instead of having a huge treatment plant outside of the city where all sewers will direct to be treated, well, we have to build smaller treatment plants, and also for solid urban wastes. Huh? They can be treated together to minimize these operating costs, transportation, sewerages, etc. Segregation at the source, yes, is not to blend different kinds of wastewater. The difficulty in operating wastewater treatment plants is that the variability of the influent is so high that they are so inefficient, they have to be so big, they have to cost that much. So try to maintain homogeneity for the process. And industry does it now. Well, industries that treat their waters, no? They don't mix these streams. They try to separate them and to treat them separately, and they know that they save a lot of money. Well, we can do that for the cities. There is a large current of sanitary engineers that work mainly in Wageningen, no? Work in separating the effluents, not at one household level, but at the big units of households, buildings and condominiums and all that, to treat them separately, yes, because of the different characteristics of the waters. Because things that we have been talking about, how to treat these persistent or emerging pollutants that are in very low concentrations, how do we measure them in the first place, and how do we remove them? Well, the best thing to do is not to mix them. So if we can separate the yellow waters, sorry for aguas amarillas, which is, that they come here, or in the gray waters, which are fragrances and all the things we use for our personal care, which are in the gray waters, etc. So the idea is not to mix them. Yes, I know that many people would say, oh, but come on, this is not going to happen. It has to happen, because cities are changing every day. We see that we are concentrating in these buildings, so we have to move in the way we are going to do sanitation. And well, so we go to the point I was going to treat, potable reuse. It is justified because there is a need to increase the availability of potable water with the habitants, with the people. It now exists international practice doing that, and there are some cities in Mexico that are urging to do that, because there is no other source of potable water. So, for example, in central Mexico, where Mexico City is and the surroundings, there is an over-exploitation of their 14 aquifers that are already there. But the problem is that 50%, more than 50% of the households doesn't have daily water supply. They have to rely on 2 or thrice times a week for water to come into the homes. In 14 of these 80 cities in central Mexico, 90% of there is 90% of the households with no daily service. Mexico City itself, the capital of the country, has 24%, so that's a shame. Total in this area, which has 29 million inhabitants or 25, 10% of them won't have the daily needs. No? So we rely on the potable reuse. The potable reuse is to treat water to advanced treatment, then use an environmental buffer, which are artificial or natural reservoirs or aquifers, and blend them with incoming water. But this cycling will reduce, can reduce the need for more fresh water. No? Of course, to do this, we need a lot of control, a lot of monitoring, a lot of rules. No, we have to have a strict control on the water source. This thing that you don't mix waters, that if you design for a certain process to remove certain contaminants, you can't expect to remove other contaminants. So you have to be very clear, very sure on what you are going to take care. The multiple barriers, oversizing, but take care not to over-design, because then it will be so expensive that nobody will go in. So we enter, at least in Mexico, in an era of a strict monitoring and control of plants. No? Well, international practice, you must have heard in all the world that there is this need for the potable reuse. And in our neighbor country, we have three plants which are close to us that we can follow. No? So the treatment trains for the wastewater treatment plants, you can recognize the preliminary treatment, primary treatment, tertiary treatment, then advanced treatment, then going to the environmental buffers, which can be constructed, wetlands and a lake, and then the potabilization, which we call it the water treatment plant. Well, these are the cities in Mexico and the projects that are waiting to have the banner to start. And the one I work with is this one. This is a watershed of our volcanoes that are beside the city, Popocatépetl, which just erupted in last week, Iztaccíhuatl. They have these two rivers that have been used as sewers for many years. So we want to recover these waters. Then there is a very small lake that formed lately, because this was a huge lake that was drained for agricultural purposes. Now it has recovered, and a little lake has formed. But we are expelling, in average, 2.8 cubic meters per second, which go there. They drain all this watershed and go to another watershed as untreated wastewater to irrigate 100,000 hectares. The wastewater treatment plant, the largest wastewater treatment plant in the world. But it's it's awful. It's a crime, no, to do that. So we have to retain this water. So this project focuses on recovering 1,200 liters per second out of the 2,800 liters per second in this circular process, no? Wastewater treatment to a secondary level, and then use this for irrigation, so some 400 liters per second for irrigation, then go to the constructed wetland, then to the lake, then to the potabilization tank, and then provide the city with 750 liters per second. That's the objective, using all the treatment train. So this is what we like to see. This small lake, it's 500 hectares. It is surrounded by this city called Valle de Chalco, and this other city, which is Tláhuac, and they both produce their wastewater to be treated in a plant here, and this side to be treated in the plant. Then the effluent being put into the constructed wetlands, which are here, and then stay here from 3 to 6 months. We have to see that, and then go to the potabilization, and then distributed in this place. So this is a work done by many government institutions, no? CONAGUA leading, which is the National Water Authority. And what we are starting to do is that there is a constructed wetland here, just by the lake, which is going to receive water from a well-established, but a little bit far, wastewater treatment plant called Cerro de la Estrella, and see how the result of treating this relatively good effluent in a very large constructed wetland, 5.8 hectares, and this will be 100 liters per second in these 58 hectares. It gives about 1 month of retention time. Then it will be potabilized. Well, to see first what's the result here, and if it comes well, a potabilizing plant will be constructed. So this will be a pilot plant, a large-sized pilot plant to do. So in numbers, this project, called the rehabilitation of the Tláhuac-Jico Lake, well, it's 80 million euros, treating this amount of potable water, this amount of irrigation, which represents an increase in the offer of water in that place. Well, we are fighting with some authorities there that keep insisting on bringing water from other watersheds, from constructing wells deeper than 400 meters, and always going for crystalline water, pure water, instead of doing what we have to do, which is treating water. So, well, I think I don't have time, but we have a lake, 100 hectares lake, Texcoco, which can be used to do a project like that. in order to recycle a good amount of almost seven cubic meters per second to be put in that lake and others which we have in our valley, in order to reverse the very bad management of water, which consists on bringing water from 100 kilometers away from the city, elevating them for 1,200 meters at a very high cost, and with this will do a change. Will do a change. It won't be more cheaper, but it will go to sustainability. Thank you very much.